Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final DCI weekly score report brought to you by the Marching Arts Podcast, your guide to all things marching for 2022. We're going to go through prelims into semis and talk about the final results. This one will be a little bit longer just to talk about our opinions, talk about some other things.
Well, I mean,
But to start
first,
off,
toast
sorry, what?
to Blue Devils. Congratulations to
Yeah,
Blue
yeah.
Devil. Was that 28th win
Woo!
ever? It's either
With a
27 or
98.
28. Yeah. So not
That's
their highest
28 this
score
year.
ever. So, they could have done better, but whatever. My heart is
Well,
broken
eat it.
that Crown was in third and second all year long, and then finals they were like, we're staying in fourth.
So eat it. You have to wear Blue Devils gear.
That wasn't the bet.
Um,
The bet
that
was
was.
whose top 12 was more accurate. That was the bet.
Well, you should still wear Blue Devils. But anyway, to get into the scores here, 35 cores made it to prelims.
Well, obviously.
For right, so 35 cores made it to prelims. And only 25 made it through. The 10 that didn't make it into semis were the Calgary Stampede Show Band, the Battalion, Southwind, Legends, Louisiana Stars, River City Rhythm, Les Senators, 7th Regiment, Raiders, and the Colt Cadets.
So no surprises there, really.
No, nothing out of the ordinary on that one.
It's just like seeing Vanguard Cadets all the way at 18 and Jersey Surf down at 25. I mean, obviously, COVID is affecting cores much differently and whatnot, but like, dang, Vanguard Cadets. You really deserve that gold medal, didn't you?
Yeah, no kidding. And then proceeding into semis, the bottom 12, 13, the bottom 12, 13
Yeah.
for semis that didn't make finals were, and this is where our bet comes into play.
Right.
Those were Crossmen, Blue Knights, Madison Scouts, which was interesting. The Academy, Music City, Vanguard Cadets, as we just talked about, Pacific Crest, Gold, Genesis, Blue Devils B, Spartans, Guardians, and Jersey Surf. So my dark horse completely eliminated.
Right. I was so happy that my predictions last week were right when I was like, yeah, Troopers is gonna make finals, and you were like, no, we're gonna just keep Crossman and Blue Knights or whoever it was. And I was like,
I know.
I think at least one of them will change. So I'm glad I got that part right.
You're right. You're right. I should have, and you did a good job trying to convince me over too. I should have bought into it, but coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Right.
Hindsight is 2022.
But I mean, oh, go ahead.
What? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say,
go ahead
oh my gosh.
Sorry, let's just keep talking over each other at the same time. You go first.
Okay. Like, it was interesting how you could see cores who were aiming for a certain placement. So, like, some cores were like, yeah, we just want to make semifinals. Other cores wanted to make finals. And just to see how much their score would drop after they had achieved their goal. And, like, sure, like, everybody should be fighting for first place. But, like, realistically, when you're in, like, that bubble of 13 or 14, yeah, you want to push to make top 12. And then, like, after that, you're like, well, I made finals. So, like, we're obviously not going to make up, what was it, 11 points at the end in one night.
Right.
So just that relief, I think, affected a lot of cores where their scores did drop after their best run, just trying to make that next night.
Yeah, for example, like Guardians, they had a 76-2 in prelims, and then they made semis, and their score is a 73-9. So on paper, just kind of looks like, we made it where we wanted to make it, so just do your thing.
Just have fun the last night.
Right. And then same thing with Jersey Surf. Jersey Surf had a 74-8 and went down to a 73-8, lost a whole point. So, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to see where this ended up. I definitely think the bottom of the top 12 for finals was a very, very tight race.
Yeah. And we didn't really see any separation until prelims. So,
right.
to the cores that worked their ass off to make it to semis, congrats to you, because you really deserved it. And I mean, I feel bad that, you know, number 13 and 14 couldn't make it in, but you guys were just that much better than number 13 and 14. So,
right, and kudos to any core marcher, regardless of your placement, whether you made semis or if you made it to finals. I mean, you are doing some hard work.
yeah.
This is, I mean, we said it before that we're like armchairing it because we're not in it, but you know, being in any drum corps in the middle of summer is an incredibly difficult task, and you worked really hard for it. And you know, kudos to you, because we're way too old now, but I'm pretty sure both of us would collapse
Right.
if we tried to do those right now. So,
And like, I
kudos
know
to anybody involved.
Yeah, and I know finals was indoor, and it's probably going to be indoors for the foreseeable future, but I feel like I distinctly recall there being at least 3 heat waves that hit America this year, so like, I'm sure marching in 100+ degrees is never fun, so yeah, kudos to all you water drinkers out there.
Absolutely. Oh man, and if you weren't drinking water, I promise you we would know, or your your staff would know. But with that, we'll go ahead and jump into the final one, the one that probably most of you are probably watching this for, are the finals scorecard. And I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top, and I'll read the score. So
Started at the bottom, and now here.
It's not the right rhythm, but okay.
Whatever. Copyright strike. I'm trying to protect us from copyright strike, you know?
I appreciate it, James. I appreciate it. So 12th spot, we do have Troopers. So, James, you were correct on that. They scored an 86-4.
Hey, don't call it the bottom
11th
spot. Call it the 12th spot.
Okay, the 12th spot it was an 86-4 from Troopers. 11th was an 87-2 from the Colts. So one thing I want to say from here on for the scores, it's really impressive that we had this many 90s.
In the
10 of them,
especially in the year of COVID comeback.
Right. So interesting to see that come out. But to continue, in 10th we have Mandarins that had a 90.01, Cavies at 9th that got a 90.6. Man, a lot of 9s in that. In 8th place, Phantom at a 90.6. So 3 cores all within 1 point of each other.
Yeah, and Phantom and Cavies, 7/100ths of a point. So
yeah, man, I don't even want to know what that judge was thinking.
Right.
to make that distinction. In 7th, we had Blue Stars at 92.7. That's about where we expected them to finish. In 6th, we have Cadets at 92.9. In 5th, we have Santa Clara, big jump in points to 95 even.
Yeah.
So we go from a 92.9 to a 95 for Santa Clara in 5th place. And in 4th place, we have Carolina Crown at 96.3. So another jump there, not as drastic as 5 to 6, but still a big jump. And then continuing on, a whole nother point difference. We have a tie between 2nd and 3rd. That was between Blue Coats and Boston, which was a 97.32. And then I do believe, based off of the official rankings, I think Blue Coats officially got the 2nd place offer because their last 3 averages were higher.
I mean, they all got silver medals, though, so they don't care.
I guess. And then on top, we have Blue Devils at 98.7. So, go BD.
Bringing that BD energy in there.
BD energy up in there. Holding it down at the top. Again, kudos to anybody involved in any of these groups. Worked really, really hard this season, especially first season back from COVID. You know, what a year for DCI it was, just getting back in the swing of things. I know it was pretty daunting for us.
All right, while you were getting the scores, you ready for our predictions?
Yeah, let's hear them.
All right, so Academy. I said yes. You said no.
So check on that for me.
Point to Harrison. Blue Devils. We both said yes. So scratch.
Both said yes.
Blue Knights. I said no. You said yes.
So
Point to
that's no
me.
point for you.
Blue Stars. We were both wrong. We both said no.
Yeah.
Blue Coats. We both said yes. Boston. We both said yes. Cadets. We both said yes. Carolina Crown. Yes. Cavies. Yes. Colts. We both said no. And they came in. Crossman. We both said no. Genesis. We both said no. Jersey Surf. You said yes.
I said yes.
Madison Scouts. We both said yes, and we were wrong. Mandarins, we both said yes. We were both right. Music City, we both said no. Pacific Crest, we both said no. Phantom, we both said yes. Santa Clara, we both said yes. Seattle Cascades, we both said no. Troopers, I said yes. You said no.
Oh man, so it actually sounds like you're gonna win this bet.
Yeah. All right.
No, I spoke too early. My big mouth.
Okay, so for our top 3 predictions, you said Blue Devils, Cadets, Blue Coats. So you get 1 point for first. I said Blue Devils, Blue Coats, Crown. So I get 2 points because I got first and second, right?
Yep, you got first and second. So if we're doing it that way, yep, you got 2.
Let's see. Where are the captions? Do you know where those are?
What, you want the full caption scores?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get them right here. What are we looking for?
We need to see who won brass.
Give me 1 second. Let me scroll over in here. All right. Let's see. Who won brass? That would be Crown.
All right, so we both got that right. Who won guard?
Guard. Let's see. Do 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 do. Hold on, I'm looking. That would be BD.
Okay, so neither of us got that right. Let's see, percussion.
That was going to be. That's the Coats.
Oh wow, interesting. Congrats to the Coats. And then
Very, very close, followed by Santa Clara. So for Coats got a 19.7 total score, and 19.75, and Santa Clara got a 19.70.
Dang, that was really close.
So very, very close.
And then I guess just visual and overall.
So visual. So visual overall. BD.
Okay, so we both got that one right.
Yep.
Now we need GE.
GE overall. So this is combo 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was also BD.
Also BD. So we were both wrong. You had Crown and I had Blue Coats.
Yep. I thought Crown was going to take a GE.
Yeah, their show was.
Sound.
Well, and also their show and concept I thought was really cool and fun, but I guess the judges didn't like it.
No, and then Blue Devils doing their thing, just technically perfect.
Right. Is there anything else we missed?
I don't know.
I guess just music overall. Yeah, BD was music overall. But anyways, I guess with that, I guess I win, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so, do you own any Crown stuff?
No, I'll have to get some crowns.
Okay. Sad for you.
Sad day. Sad. It feels bad.
But I mean, I think we couldn't complain about the journey because I think the journey was super fun about how we got there.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy that DCI was back.
Yeah.
This year. Definitely worth it. Got to shake off the rust as far as talking about this stuff because it's been a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad we did it. Happy with the result, even though I lost the bet.
Did you watch the Blue Coats alumni performance?
Not the alumni performance. No.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty dope. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it, but there are a lot of people that were like, can we just give Blue Coats alumni a gold medal? Because they did like a lot of shows from their past as part of their show, and then they obviously ended the show with tilts, and people were in a riot after that. So definitely take a chance to watch it if you can.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But what would you say your favorite show was this year? Maybe your favorite show, your most improved, and let's see, most surprising. Like most surprised by.
Okay. Favorite show. I'm trying to think about this objectively.
Right.
I
I mean, if it was your favorite show, it was your favorite show, you know? Like.
But I like overall, I don't really think it was. As far as like an entertainment factor, I don't know. I might have to give that one to you. I really liked Carolina's show.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a nice show.
Mm-hmm.
Most improved. Are we just talking about score-wise or just what I think?
What do you think?
I think most improved for me, honestly, and honestly they go together, is going to be that Troopers show.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the beginning of the season, I trashed on them. I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way.
Mm-hmm.
And watching those shows as the season went on, improving, especially the opener, and just overall technique improvement.
Right.
Was, I mean, I was impressed all the way through until finals. And I don't know, I felt like they grew a lot as a core. They were definitely one that shook the rust off from COVID. But second, if I have to, delineate, if I wanted to say something more surprising, definitely Troopers has my most improved.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have to pick a different core for most surprised, I would also put the Colts. So, because I was you and I both are very doubtful of the Colts.
Yeah.
And there they are making 11th. So, again, very, very good work by them. I think it was their second movement for me at the beginning that was really bad. And then they really, as the season progressed, they really fixed the form issues. It wasn't necessarily a technique issue, but it was a very big form issue.
Mm-hmm.
And they rolled quite right through that and got that fixed. And again, landed a spot in finals. So, favorite show, got to give the Crown. That was a really good, awesome show.
Mm-hmm.
Not best executed show, because I will give
Obviously,
that to all day. But Crown, most entertaining show.
Yeah, I think it was probably the most different, I would say, compared to everybody else.
I think other than that, I really like the Blue Coat show too. I thought theirs was pretty entertaining as well. And then most improved Troopers, most surprising, I'll just say is Colts. What about you?
Favorite show, such a tough one, because like always the top four, it's like personal preference really.
Right.
And even then it's like, it's so hard. It's like choosing your favorite child. I would probably say Boston, actually. I think because they had that nice blend of hitting that technical solids, but also having an entertaining enough show. And so like I would put Crown maybe not a step below, but like
on par,
an indent, to the side.
Yeah.
Because again, I do think they had the brightest show. They had the most they were trying to go for entertainment as much as possible. Most improved, I would actually go with Phantom Regiment. I did not enjoy their show at the beginning of the season, and I thought it was
never got around to enjoying it. Period.
It got.
I just wasn't there.
Right. It was pretty muddy to me, both the music and the formations, but I think they really started to tighten up after week 3, and like since I was only watching them, I want to say like every other week. So like it took me to like week 4 to see them, and I was like,
Right.
is this the same core? So like just the fact that they had completely changed in execution, performance, everything. I was like, wow, this core is night and day essentially from the beginning of the season. And then if I okay, I'll just put them in surprise. I think the biggest surprise for me was Madison. I think they definitely have a vision now of where they want to go. And obviously they didn't make finals. But
Right.
I think obviously you sort of sometimes need to take that hit to your scores to
Right.
like start anew, so you can start fresh again, so you can get back up into these upper tiers instead of always languishing in like the border of 10, 11, 12. So I definitely think Madison has the right idea and the right direction. It'll just be interesting to see if they can execute for the next couple of years and bring them back up to where people expect them to be.
And I think that's a good point. I feel like, if we go back to the semis, and just talk about those bottom 13,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, Madison Scouts, didn't make finals. A lot of people really like Scouts and that they usually make finals. But
Right.
this year again, there's some cores, COVID really affected, and then having to shake off the rust.
Mm-hmm.
Busted the door wide open for others,
Right.
like Colts, Troopers, Mandarins.
And that's not to
Um,
say like the cores that made finals, obviously they're going to keep trying to make finals, so there's also that extra competition of like we have to better ourselves, but we also have to be bettering ourselves better than other cores. So
Yeah, and that's fair enough. But I also think as a consolation for me, another well improved one would probably be the Academy as well.
yeah,
Because the Academy did start off pretty decently,
right.
but then to end with an 82 to what was the spread on that? Because they gained quite a they jumped.
Yeah, they
like,
start
what
at
was their
61.
Yeah, so they went up a whole 20 points this year.
That's crazy.
So
And they probably attended the most competitions out of everybody too.
yeah, so it was like they really worked for it, and to make semis for the Academy, I'm really happy for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's another one I would put as most improved.
Right.
So overall, I am happy with how the season rolled out.
Right.
You won your bet, but
We're still friends
really
at the end
happy.
of it.
Yeah, that's true. At least for now.
Yeah, at least for now.
For now. But any other thoughts you had on this series and or anything else maybe we should try to do next time?
Well, I guess I'm excited to see, Atlanta, Spirit of Atlanta back in next year, and hopefully Cascades
They
are
don't have
back in
issues.
next year as well. Yeah. And just seeing cores be hopefully, knock on wood, that we can have full numbers in all the cores again. So
And on top of things that we're talking about for these scores and kind of most improved, and we can slot people on all day. The one thing I thought that was really interesting this year was the Cavaliers drill rider Lindsay Schuler. She's the first female drill rider to make finals for DCI.
about time.
Right, took way too long. So congrats to her, because that is
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah.
So if you need good drill, there's another name for you
Yeah.
to reach out to.
And I think literally the day after we had posted our episode last week, when we were asking like, does anybody know how like DCI scoring works? They have new judges every single day. So kudos to, I think it was like 60 something judges for sticking around all 3 days. So yeah.
Yeah, right. That's a lot.
But
Well, and then also we have to give a shout out to our locals, right? So shout out to Kennesaw State. There were
Yeah.
several people in the
2, 3,
marching
4,
owls that were
5,
marching
6.
and
Yeah, 6
that
people.
were marching in drum corps.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to them for doing that. I don't know if you want to give the names or not.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's public info. We got JC Ray Cagle, the conductor for KSU. She marched, or yeah, I guess you can say she marched with Music City. We got Gary Christian, color guard for Carolina Crown. Jimmy Ebersole, tuba for Bluecoats. Congrats on your second place medal. Riley Hodges, synthesizer for Bluecoats. So congrats to you as well for your second place medal. We got Ava I don't want to screw up your last name. Ava, last name N. Negadar. I hope I said that right. If not, you can find me. She marched guard for Boston Crusaders. So again, congrats to your second place medal. And then we got Cade Sexton on Euphonium for Music City. So wow, Kennesaw had 3 people win medals.
Yeah, right. That's impressive. So
Yeah.
you know, good musical talent in Kennesaw.
And they finished finals, and literally 2 days later, they're at band camp.
Well, no, the band camp happened during finals, so
Oh,
they
really?
actually missed band camp.
Oh, well, 2 days later, they had to show up to the first practice. So, again,
Yep.
you people who can do DCI and go straight into college marching band, like, you guys are troopers.
But for all of you guys that are listening to this and stuck around for the DCI season and checked in with us, we appreciate it. Thanks for listening. We are going to do this again next year, so we'll start hyping it up a lot sooner than we did this year. But what's to come for us in the future is we're going to start following the BOA side of things. So we're going to talk a lot about high school band and the differences between DCI scoring and BOA scoring, and follow that. So again, we'll do a weekly episode on that, but I'm not sure when we're going to start doing that since BOA doesn't really start until about September. So we got a little bit of time on that one. But in the meantime, stick around for on the Marching Arts podcast. We have plenty of episodes just about band in general, some of the hard things, the good, the ugly, the pretty ugly, and everything in between. And if you're not following us on everything, please go give us a follow. We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
We're everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And if you have any suggestions, things you want us to hear us talk about, or any questions you might have, just hit our line, and you know, we're not huge yet, so we can directly answer your question.
Yeah.
So, but with that, we appreciate everybody listening to this year's DCI Weekly Score Report. Again, brought to you by the Marching Arts Podcast, your guide to all things marching, and we will catch you on the next series.